Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of What's Your Next? I'm Stacy Riska, your lifestyle and franchise matchmaker, here to help you do what you love and love what you do. Today, we're diving into an incredible franchise opportunity that's about craftsmanship, creativity, and transformation. Imagine being able to repair more than 100 different surfaces, transforming them from old to new. Well, that's what New Creations does. And today, you'll learn how you can own this exciting and highly demanded business.
Welcome to What's Your Next. This is the go-to podcast for aspiring business owners who want to get to the next level, escape the rat race, and give their middle finger to the corporate 9-to-5. If you want financial freedom, work-life balance, and the business of your dreams, you're in the right place. Dave and Stacy Riska, husband-wife franchising duo, openly share their successes, failures, and lessons learned in franchising, business ownership, and working with your spouse.
I'm joined by Steve Valentine, the franchise sales director at New Creations, and he's going to share more about this franchise, what they do, who they serve, and the exciting trends that are happening that make this a business you'll want to highly consider for your next. But here's the real magic. This isn't your typical home service business. New Creations offers a low-cost, high-margin opportunity with no construction experience required. And they serve both B2B and B2C customers. So if you've been looking for a business that combines hands-on work with serious profitability, you won't want to miss this conversation. So welcome, Steve.
Good morning, Stacy. It's great to be with you. Thank you so much for the great introduction. I'm excited to share this information. And with that in mind, let me begin by thanking everybody that gets a chance to watch this. If this resonates, everyone, please let Stacy know so that she can better assist you in helping figure out if we might be the right opportunity. New Creations, we're a franchise that's been around for over 35 years. But we've only entered into the United States in the last 3. When you think about, like Stacy just said, about all of these types of materials out there that are encountered that get damaged. And when we talk about damage, we talk about punctured, ripped, shredded, banged into, broken off, burnt, melted, you name it. We've got a lot of different surfaces here. But the advantage to all of these surfaces is just one thing. We're not running out of surfaces that can be restored and repaired. We actually know that there's going to be more and more surfaces that are going to come into the marketplace due to the fact that there are companies out there that manufacture new things that they want to be put into businesses, into buildings, into people's homes, into people's vehicles, into all kinds of different places out there. So this is just a small representation of, like Stacy said, over 100 surfaces. It doesn't matter if the surface was something that came out of the ground or it was fabricated through synthetic materials, or if it was actually even something off the back of an animal. So when you think about our type of a business, these are things that we want you to focus on in this presentation today I'm sharing with you. We fix ugly. We fix it better than anybody out there. We actually have a lot of times our customers that are exposed to what we can do, they say, I've been told by other people that can't be repaired. Either get used to it and deal with it, or remove it, dispose of it, and reinstall something or buy something new to replace it with. And we just are not like that. We say, hey, you give us a chance, we're going to show you how we can take care of things that just normally people give up on and think it can't be fixed. So we've got a great business here. It's very economically recession resistant. We've got great scalability, meaning if you want to start this and run this business by yourself or with one or two other people, or if you want to build it into an enterprise where maybe you've got 5 or 10 or even more than 10 technicians, this is scalability on steroids. We really want you to also understand the versatility comes because of the wide variety of surfaces that are being encountered. And when you put those things together, the startup costs are low. The overhead on an ongoing basis are very low. That creates, guess what, a lot of money that goes into your back pocket. We've got competitive advantages that you probably won't even understand all of them in this brief presentation. But to move forward, let me show you some great examples of where surface damages are being occurred. 35 years of business success based out of Canada up until 3 years ago. Right now, we've already got over 25 owners that have joined in the United States. We've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of more territories to award to people that would like to be involved in this unique type of business. We've got great training. We've got ongoing support. We've got an amazing mentoring, collaborative environment. We actually are culture driven to be family first oriented business. This isn't just about work your tail off, be a workaholic, give up your nights, weekends, and holidays, just go make money. No, we're more about let's go and build something that's got great work life balance and gives you an opportunity to go home at the end of the day, be it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 or 5, but not out at 9 or 10 or 12 or 2 in the morning. So when you think about restoration repairs, these are some of the examples that are commonly encountered on a regular basis. It doesn't matter if it's in someone's home, if it's at the business, if it's inside an RV, if it's inside a vehicle, we can do this. But these type of categories you see on the left are just a small representation of where the business is found. And the business that's found isn't just once and then you're gone. This is high repeat, high referral, and even the potential there for residual ongoing revenue. Yes, you will have the opportunity to have sometimes a customer come and find out that they've got something you can take care of. But the advantage is it's really only about 10% of the revenue. The rest of it's going to be the B2B sector. So for instance, as you look at this, if you were to have an RV, don't be surprised, much like I have one, these type of tears that happen on the linoleum floor inside, they happen not from abuse from the people that are in it. It's actually the slides that go in and out off the sides of those vehicles that go down the road. And it doesn't matter if the vehicle is a 22-foot camping trailer that you use to go off for the weekend getaway, or if it's the larger ones that look like people use like an aircraft carrier and they're going to basically travel for months and months at a time. And even into the largest of them, those motor coach type, those big diesel pushers that you see go around from every place that it's imaginable, these type of rips, they happen. And the dealer is the one that calls in the new creations owner to do the restoration. They don't know how to do these things. They, in fact, know that this is one thing we have as a competitive advantage. There's not a single company out there besides us that knows how to do this type of a restoration repair without removing literally everything on the inside of that vehicle. Now, here's another competitive advantage we have. As you look at these before and afters, don't be surprised when you say, no way. Don't be surprised to say, well, you're going to have to remove that out of that home or out of that building, and you're going to have to throw it in the dumpster, and you're going to have to wait for the other one to get ordered and brought in and then reinstalled and then finished out on both the inside as well as the outside. This is damage that happens from high wind and also from hailstorm damage. But the advantage here is it's done quickly, it's done very effectively, and it looks like the damage never happened. This is a great open door approach on the before and afters with real estate property management companies, the insurance industry, and even the real estate developers. They love knowing about this. So the same thing is also happening with furniture damage. We have a lot of furniture that gets moved around all over the place, and it doesn't matter if it's going 5 miles or if it's going 1,500 miles. The things that get put in the back of the truck and moved from point A to point B, guess what? They get banged up, they get broken off, they get chipped up, they get dented up, they get scratched up, and that opens up the door for us to come in and take care of those type of repairs. This is an example also of some of the things that a lot of times the insurance company is even impressed by when they get a hold of us. The claim adjuster says, "Can you go out and take care of this?" And the answer is, "Yep, we can help you, and we'll be able to do these kind of repairs with great resiliency. We can even warranty the work for as much as up to 2, if not 3 years." And even in that lower example on the right with the couch, that's a beautiful leather recliner sofa couch. Well, the dog decided to rip the snot out of it. And that damage is something that a lot of people go, now what am I going to do? Well, you don't want to go out there and replace a couch that might today cost $8,000 to $10,000 when you can find that there's a new creations owner that'll do it for under 1,000. These are the examples that really set us apart because we can work on anything if it's inside a home or inside a building, an office, or inside an RV or a vehicle. These type of repairs are just not too good to be true. They really do happen, and we can help you on being able to build a business that does things that nobody else can come and compete with you against. We've got a lot of work going on with these type of situations with historical home and office building and old warehouse facilities. This is actually one example of not a liquid, but actually a burnt floor. These again open up the door for a lot of different sources of additional revenue because if the contractor uses the new creations owner's services, guess who else also finds out? The interior designer, the company that comes in and does the work for the kitchen remodeling or the bathroom refinishing. All of those open up more and more doors off one repair. When you think about our type of services, we also do a lot of work with commercial real estate property management groups. The leasing agents, what do they need? They need these things to look nice. They need them to look impeccable because they're counting on their customers that go to the Westons, the Marriotts, the Hyatts, and so on. If they've got these type of damages, they don't want their customers seeing these things. And we do those things better, but it opens up the door for a lot of repeat opportunity because guess what? As soon as someone moves out of that hotel room, there's going to be someone else that they're going to need to put in that room within a matter of a day, if not even for several days. Thinking about it in this regard, we also do uncommon repairs that are on surfaces that a lot of people go, wait a second, no way, you can really do this? And the answer is absolutely. In the after picture here, I'm going to show you with my cursor. This is literally where the restoration repair was done. To the naked eye of not ever seeing the damage before, you would just think it's a vein that was naturally occurring when that slab of granite was being pulled out. This is an opportunity that only takes about 3 hours of time. It generates usually right around $1,000 worth of revenue. But what's more important to the general manager and the facility engineering department of hotels, this saves them literally $5,000 or more instead of having to throw it away and go find something new. Now, back to the origins of where New Creation started. Think about into the late 80s. There were not cell phones, there were not laptops. This is where the origin started, but even still today, we have a lot of opportunities to serve the automotive and RV and the boating industry. And this is just an example. It doesn't matter what the material is made out of. It can be from actual true leather, like you see on the left-hand side and the up in the bottom section, or it can be on the outside of a vehicle, or it can even be on the back of a seat inside an SUV. These type of repairs, nobody else will say, oh, I know how that's done. I've got someone that works here for my dealership that'll take care of it. The fact is, that's what opens up the door for a lot of repeat business. And then just to keep in mind, this is a business that can be operated mobile. You don't need to go and get yourself a fancy office. You don't need to have a light industrial warehouse facility. You can get yourself a van. You can get a truck with a canopy. You'll have all of the tools, all of the materials needed to do literally any type of repair that's being requested. And if that measures up, you can scale this. If you want 2 or 3 technicians, or if you want 5 or 10 or even 15 or more, we've got proof that that's a business that's very scalable because there is so much surface out there that's been damaged. That's what opens up the door. And as you think about the ideal type of characteristics, we're looking for people that want to be involved in something that's unique and different. If you like the idea of being collaborative, if you like the idea of being transparent and humble and going out there and just serving your community, helping people understand where all of these damaged surfaces are, well, we might be a great fit for you. And to finally wrap up our presentation, I just want to let you know we're not faking it until we make it. We've had 3 years in a row of recognition by some different organizations. This one is the Franchise Business Review Award of Recognition, 3 years in a row. We're ranked 16th out of a category of franchises that has over 400 different types of franchise opportunities that we're part of. And to be ranked that high, we've got some room for improvement and we're working at it. We would like to be in the top 5, if not even the top altogether. But right now, in the last 3 years, we've been ranked 16th out of all of those hundreds of different other businesses. No disrespect to them, but we think we've got something very exciting, very unique, and from a competitive landscape, we don't have much competition. We have a little bit that's very fragmented, but that's it. We're a great brand, and we would hope that you might be attracted to wanting to know more about what we're all about and how we can help you have the life that you're looking for and make the kind of income that might surprise you as to how much it can really be. Thank you very much, Stacy. I appreciate the chance to let everyone know a little bit more about New Creations. Help us find that opportunity is what it's all about. We've got a lot of ways to solve problems. And if your people that are watching this decide they want to be a part of a problem solving opportunity, we're it.
Amazing. As I'm watching this, I'm thinking everybody else watching this is probably like inventorying their house and thinking of all the ways that they could and should be using New Creations. I'm thinking, where were you guys when I had my physical coffee smoothie store locations? Oh my God. The money that
No,
you're saving businesses and consumers and tying into this trend of eco-friendly and sustainability, amazing.
it is amazing. It is. And the neat thing about this is that we encounter regularly customers that express not only their gratitude for what can be done, but also how much it saves them in operating their businesses. You don't want to have an environment where people are kind of going, well, the product is good or I like how good it tastes, but you want to make sure that the appearance of where they walk in and spend time and bring their family or meet for a business lunch, something like that. You got to keep on top of those kind of things. And, especially in, office buildings, if you're an engineering office or an architect or a CPA office, you don't want your clients coming in there and it's looking like, well, why isn't this place looking a little bit nicer? And that's really the advantage to this kind of a business is we'll help people with uncommon repairs. The restoration is proprietary based. We've got proprietary formulated products. This is not something where someone's going to say, oh, I'll go figure it out. I'm going to go and spend some time on YouTube University. I'm going to go over to the hardware stale and pick up some different stuff and I'm going to go make this thing happen. Well, we've had people actually try that and then they turn around and they say, okay, I give up. However you make it happen and how you do it, they just get blown away. And not only do they appreciate the value and the convenience, but they don't mind paying very good money for this kind of stuff to be done. This is not this is not low revenue, low profit, cutthroat environment type of service. And that's one of the many advantages is just the fact that we have sometimes our franchise owners will tell candidates that may be introduced to us today, that they actually sometimes say, I don't, but they sometimes say we're recession proof. And there is some truth to that because during the pandemic, which ironically, I was just made aware of it this morning, it's been 5 years since the pandemic started.
Wow. I blinked.
Blank. And during the pandemic, almost every one of our owners in both Canada and the few that we had at that point in the United States, we didn't have any in the United States 5 years ago. But the ones that were in Canada, they all had record-setting years because when the office buildings are empty and the hotels aren't being filled and people aren't going to the entertainment facilities and they're not out even driving around and buying new vehicles, guess what happens? It's time for us to get all of this stuff looking good. Let's take care of it now when there's nobody here that we're basically in an impact in a negative way. And that's one of the neat things is I sure hope we never have one more of these things, but right now we're very, very strong in that regard. The growth of our business is based on good quality people that care about their customers, want to have ongoing relationships, are going to be honest and transparent with them about how well they can do the repair. And quite honestly, not every repair is perfect, but it'll be very, very high quality. And that's the advantage here is that by being honest with the customer knows that nobody else is out there waiting to take over the job. And that's what really opens up the door for the relationship. So it becomes much more an extension of their own operations is just come and help me because you're my problem solver. I don't want to have to go find someone to do this kind of a surface and someone else to do that other surface and someone else will come and take care of that surface. Just let new creations come and make it a great outcome for whatever the situation encountered.
Absolutely. And it's such a smart business strategy to focus on B2B because there are so many
Right.
surfaces, so many business opportunities. And as you alluded to, it's all about creating an experience. So I can see from the marketing side of things, this is really a referral based business. They're going to be
It
so
is.
happy. They're going to be telling other people. Talk a little
Absolutely.
bit about, how a lot of times candidates that when they're looking at a franchise, they'll be like, oh, I'm not good at marketing. So what would you say to them and how do you help candidates, who become franchisees with new creations? How do you help with the marketing?
Well, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Stacy, here's what's neat. When a territory is being designed for a candidate, we use a great mapping software system that develops the population for an area. The population really doesn't count. It's just a starting point. But what we do after the boundaries using the zip code system in the United States, then what we do is we go and do a targeted business analysis. And that target business analysis is an identify the 2 dozen or more very distinct categories of different businesses. And then we can share that information with our candidate and say, hey, in this area that we've designed the boundaries based off of what your comfort level is, we could give you maybe 80 to 100, if not more, restoration companies like Paul Davis Restoration, Belfour, Serve Pro, Service Master, and on and on. And then we'll say, while we're at it, we've also got over 100 hotels, resorts, casinos, and entertainment venues. And then we'll look at the other categories. Well, how many real estate property management companies are in your area? How many RV dealerships do you have? And then we also look at, well, where are the trucking and the logistic based companies? We've got some national accounts with a company that has the big moving vans that move the belongings all the way from one side of the country, if not all the way around the world. And guess what? They get these distribution warehouse facilities where they pull the truck in and they unload the belongings so that it can then be transferred to a smaller truck to be taken to the ultimate final point. And guess what? They get the doors open on the back on the warehouse and they say, oh my gosh, we got this damage, we got this damage, we got this damage. We point that out and we put that type of a category out there as well, so that then the customer, they're already identified by us for us to give to our franchisee. And marketing is really this simple. In fact, if you don't mind, if I may, allow me about 5 seconds. I'm going to take myself off screen. I want to show you how we do this
Okay.
on an upfront basis. 1 second.
We need some Jeopardy music playing.
Okay. Now, this is our marketing approach. And this is what gets the this
Brilliant.
way,
Yeah.
if
QR
you were
code.
to if a candidate can visualize this, let's say I'm the general manager of the Westin Hotel. I am busy. I got my fires to put out. I got meetings to get to. I got things to check on my guys that are out there taking care of elevators and kitchen exhaust equipment and how the electrical system is working for the fire sprinklers. Well, if I walk in at the wrong time, I can be the one that you could say, do you happen to have your cell phone? Well, these days, who goes anywhere without their cell phone?
Mhm.
So you pick up the cell phone, you say, here, just take a screenshot of my QR code. It's going to give you all of the information about what I can do to serve you. And boom, walk back out the door so you're not intrusive, you're not annoying, you're not some pushy sales guy. You're just there to be a problem solver for them. And a lot of times when these type of events are happening, they're called back in later that day or the next week, and it's called, come on by. I want to show you some things, because now they've looked at these type of pictures of before and after that I've shared today. And it opens up the door for them to actually sometimes be asked, can you just go ahead and take care of this for us right here, right now? And a lot of times it's like, yeah, I'll be happy to get started. Just give me a few minutes to go get some things out of the back of my van and I'll be right back. That's how easy our marketing is. You don't have to waste money on advertising in TVs, magazines, newspapers, radio stations, TV shows. Forget it all. Now, if they want to have a nice presence on YouTube or create a nice profile on Instagram, great. But we're very organic. We're just very, very simple. And we don't have to be all theatrical. We don't have to be Disneyland for how to get someone to call or send us a text.
The before and afters are your marketing. Absolutely.
There you
All
go.
right. So I know many people in my audience are like, okay, this sounds amazing. And they're kind of like grabbing their wallet. What's the franchise fee? What does it cost to get in? Should they sit down or are they going to be excited? Tell us the numbers.
On the low end, a little over $100,000 all in. That includes your initial franchise fee, having the tools and the supplies you need to go and do the work. We also have owners that are in be more of the enterprise and the executive driven. Semi-absentee owners are very attractive also to this type of an opportunity. So the versatility is, you can be an owner operator with nobody and just go and do the work. Or if you want to build a team, you can be more of that enterprise builder. And if you've got someone that is really sitting there going, okay, I get it, but I don't want to do the actual hands on the tool repairing and restoring, build a team, scale it up, and scale it as far as they want to. And so we've got an opportunity on the low end investment range is a little over $100,000. On the high end, surprisingly, right around 275 to 300,000.
Amazing. Amazing. So this
And
fits into almost all my candidates' budget. Low end 100 grand and high end 300. So if you want to learn more about new creations, I already see all the hands raised. Fantastic. Here's what your next step would be. Go ahead and grab a day and time on my calendar by going to explore.nextlevelfranchisegroup.com, explore.nextlevelfranchisegroup.com, and we'll talk a little bit more about new creations, and I'll be more than happy to make an introduction to Steve so you can learn more, talk about the territory, how you can own and dominate your area. And as well, feel free to reach out to me anytime via phone or email. Both myself and Steve really want to help you learn more about the new creations opportunity and see if this might be your next. Steve, close us out for today. What words of wisdom do you want to leave us with?
failure is not an option. So if you really do want to be a business owner, if you want to take control, if you want to have work-life balance that really is only about 35 to 45 hours on a weekly basis, come and learn more about us, because we've got owners that are very, very happy. We wouldn't be recognized the way we have been over these last 3 or 4 years now if we weren't doing a lot of great things. This is not too good to be true. We really are not faking it until we make it. Come be a part of something that's proven. And it is very, very exciting about all of the new things and the new ways to serve so many different types of businesses. Some of them we didn't even talk about today. Thank you so much for that chance to do that, Stacy.
Thank you, Steve, for joining us and sharing the new creations opportunity. Thank you, our audience, for joining us today and being open to learning and exploring what just might be your next. Make it a great day, and we'll connect with you again soon. Bye-bye.